I can pretty much sum it all up. I can sum this whole racism all up. Racism is a male thing. It's a white male thing. White women are racist because of their husbands. Their husbands are racist, and so they have to kind of go along with what their husbands are. Just like if your dad's a Cowboys fan, you're gonna grow up, you'll probably be a Cowboys fan, unless you rebel, which a lot of us do. Um, but yeah, so it's kind of that same way. And the number one reason why white men hate black men in particular, or the black race, a couple of reasons. One, black people are magical, and it's just evident. It's easy to see. Black women are beautiful. Black men are strong, intelligent, athletic, and just innovative, and so many other things that I could attribute to black men, black people in general. And you see that. You see our melanin. You know that melanin carries some power to it. And it's something that you are devoid of totally. And so, yeah, there's you deep down, there is a deep rooted jealousy over black man. It's so many things wrapped up into you feeling inferior. And that's the last thing that a white man would want to feel towards a black person is inferior. That is the absolute last thing a white person wants to feel. I'm not going to say a white person because not all white people are this way. I understand that all white people are this way, but there are quite a few, and those ones are causing issues in America right now. So I'm speaking to them. In no way do they ever want to feel inferior to a black person. So much so that they will vote against their best interests just to spite who they think are the ones benefiting from these um, public, federal, what they think are handouts for people. All the things that they're trying to cut, the programs, and a lot of them benefit from those programs. But stereotypically, they feel like if we cut these programs off, oh man, black people are going to just be without, and they're going to lose so much. And that's going to make me feel so much better about myself. But in reality is more white people depend on these things than black people do. So one saying that I keep coming up in my mind over and over again as I watch the news and see things that are happening is don't cut off your nose to spite your face. It's basically what white people, racist white people, are doing. They are voting against their best interests only because they feel like it's going to hit people of color hardest, which is totally false. Um, Statistics show that more, of course, because you are more of the population, you're the majority of the population in America. More white people are depending on those public handouts, as you might call them, than black people are. So, like, what are you doing? It's just stupid. You racist white people, you are so ready to believe anything negatively about the people who you dislike. So eager because it justifies your racism. Anytime anything reassures you that you are okay with being racist, you will eat up. You will eat it up. It's easy. It's easy to scare you. It's easy to fool you. Republicans depend on the uneducated, the people who believe in conspiracy theories, the people who make up most of the middle part of America. Most people on the coast are liberal, unless you're southeastern coast. Then, of course, like Savannah, Florida, that's a different story. But most people on the coast who are typically made up of people who have traveled from other places because it's a coast are more liberal and are more accepting of different people and therefore more educated and more cultural because of that. People in middle America, white, that's just vanilla, white, all throughout, just mayonnaise all throughout the middle America, just all mayonnaise. They're the ones that are easy to fool. They're the ones who've never seen ocean water before, never will live and die in that same small town of about 15,000 population. One Walmart, two stops, one one Walmart, one Sheets. They'll have a Sheets up in that motherfucker. They might have a Sonic too, and a Waffle House in two intersections, and that's it. Those are the people that Trump depends on. Those are his people. Those are his base. If you voted for Trump and you're still riding with him to this day, you're either an idiot or a racist idiot. It's either one. It's got to be either one. Don't you see what it's doing to America? Have the Republicans and Fox News made you hate Democrats and liberals so much that you're willing to allow democracy to fail in the United States just to stick it to the libs? You allow this country to fall. You allow this one man to be a king. That's what he wants. Don't make any bones about it. What he wants is to be a dictator, a king. He doesn't ever plan to leave the White House. If you haven't seen, he's making renovations to the point where they won't be finished by the time he's supposed to leave office. So you know he didn't plan on going nowhere. And y'all are okay with that. Y'all are okay with him when he cozied up with Putin. I thought we were against communism here. I thought we were against Nazis. We got people doing the, what do you call it? The hell, whatever it is. That's how little I know about that crap. I don't even know the name of it. The thing that Elon Musk did. Like now, that's okay. Back in my day, if you found a Nazi, you would smack him, you would punch him in the face, and no one would ever fault you for it. Times have changed, and y'all talk about making America great again. I don't know what this America is y'all are making. I don't think we've ever had an America like this. I don't know what y'all doing. And black people, my black people who riding for Trump, like I don't get you. I may be ignorant. I will admit, but to me, whenever it's a black person and they love Trump as much as they do and ride for him and jock sniff him as much as they do, makes me feel like that they are one of those black people who feel like they're better than other black people, so they try to be smarter than other black people and try to take the other way around it to make themselves look like they're smarter because they don't want to be seen as a monolith to people who they feel like are below their IQ level. Also, too, I feel about black men and black women because sometimes black women are a much harsher critic of other black women than men are. But there are a lot of black men who just despise black women and they could not bring themselves to vote for Kamala Harris. And that's sad. That's sad. And the reason, and again, like I said, I may be ignorant, but I have my reasons for thinking the way I do. I've always felt like all these guys who go online and they trash black women, I feel like that they were guys in high school or any at some point in their lives they got their hearts broken by a black woman, or they never got the one that they wanted and she made him feel lesser than, and now he just hates black women and has a vendetta against black women. Some of those guys, I think sometimes they're the ones who also just can't find it inside themselves to vote for a black woman. They're just so resentful of how they were passed over when they thought that they were the shit and that they were cool, and they really wasn't. They were really geeks. And so yeah, guys who have a problem with women are, like, to me, lame. I never had a problem with women. I get along great with women. I don't ever have anything bad to say about women. And it's because and I'm not trying to say that it's because I can get them, but I haven't really had any problem having a woman when I wanted one. So therefore, I don't have a problem with women. I love women, especially black women. I don't understand you men who hate black women. I don't get it. But you need to go see a therapist. Something isn't right with you. It's okay to be, um, it's okay to pick out and point out things in all of us that could be better. But when you're one of those guys who just straight up go after black women all the time, something's wrong with you. I think something's not right with you. And I feel like you're sad deep down. You never had the black woman you wanted. Or either you're not strong and you've had black women trample over you. I've never had that problem. I from the very beginning, I let it be known that I'm the boss. And if a woman doesn't see I'm the boss and doesn't treat me like I'm the boss, I'm gone. I'm out. I don't deal with that. The problem with you is you can't easily do that. I'm out. I'll find one that will see me that way. Your problem is you find one and you love her because you never had anybody that fine before, but she treats you like you let her run all over you. Then you hate her because you not a man. You not man enough. Now you hate her. Now you hate women. You're a pussy. You're lame. That's what I see about them types of black men. You're lame. And you like Trump. He don't like you. You dumb mother. Y'all stupid, man. I can understand white people voting for Trump because they some racist, they some downright inferior, scaredy cat. See a white mother ride for Trump, but you ride for Trump. Y'all stupid, man. Y'all dumb as. I don't get it. I don't get it. And be fighting for that. Be fighting for that dumb mother Trump. Y'all, I feel like anybody, any man who votes for Trump, you don't like black people. I would say it like Joe Biden. If you vote for Trump, you ain't black. You ain't black. But they so smart, they'll probably be like, well, you should look past the whole racist thing. I don't care what type of a guy he is, as long as he's doing the right things for my 401k and for my investments. You stupid. He's not, he's fucking your shit up. He's fucking my shit up thanks to you for voting him in. He's not even doing that shit right. I voted for him because his fiscal, all that dumb shit. Like you trying to be smart, man. You trying to get some lame. You trying to be a numbers guy. Yeah, man. Can't stand you, man. If you can't tell already, always trying to be different. You hate black people. Just say it. These are the same hate Obama. Hated Obama. Hated him. Why? Because he's black. And you know another reason why? Because all the black people, well, what they thought, all black people love him. So I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna be a smart, and I'm gonna hate him, and I'm gonna come up with all these reasons. I'm gonna listen to Fox News and all these white why I hate him. So that when y'all are all celebrating him, I can say, but he went to Afghanistan and he sent drones and killed a lot of people, some innocent. You'll dig up some dumb shit like that, some refutable shit. He wore a tan suit type motherfuckers, but won't even will gloss over the fact that Trump fucked kids. It's nothing. So what? He fucked kids. So what? It's alleged. It's alleged anyway. How do we even know he's on the Epstein files? We don't know that. Type motherfuckers. Clinton's on it. That's all they got to say. Anytime you try to put anything on Trump, the first thing they're going to talk about is Clinton. Clinton. Epstein files. Yeah, we're getting a lot of reports that Clinton may be on it. Get the fuck out, man. Trump is rarely mentioned. How can Trump be barely mentioned when we see this tapes with this Epstein bitch? They all there dancing and shit. Look at pointing out the little want next. Y'all stupid, man. Y'all really gonna let Trump and all these other Republicans soup y'all head up, MAGA, for so long about the Epstein files and releasing them, and y'all were so bloodthirsty all over it. Kash Patel, everybody. First thing that they're gonna do is release those Epstein files.
Reviewed those 302 documents where the victims name the people who victimized them?
If I personally know, but the FBI has.
So how can you sit here and in front of the Senate and say there are no names?
I said
I named one today.
I said we are not in the practice at the Department of Justice FBI of releasing victims' names.
Not doing it. You know, it's the same thing with Epstein's list. It's like, what the hell are these Republicans doing? Oh,
I saw you
give out the list.
I saw you make news this morning about that. I got to get to that.
Yeah.
You say that the FBI has Epstein's list. They're sitting on it. That doesn't seem like something you should do. You're protecting the world's foremost predator. That seems like an evil thing to do, regardless of who may be embarrassed in the release of that list. Why is the FBI protecting the greatest pederast, the largest scale pederast in human history?
Simple, because of who's on that list. What the hell are the House Republicans doing? They have the majority. You can't get the list? You're going to accept Dick Durbin's word or whoever that guy is as to who is on that list and who isn't, and that it can and can't be released? Put on your big boy pants and let us know who the pedophiles are. We have an election coming up, and we need to adjudicate this matter at the polls. God knows the FBI and DOJ aren't going to do anything.
Ha ha ha, we got them now. They're all over them. We're going to get all the Democrats.
Thing, Mr. Patel, I think you're not going to be around long. I think this might be your last oversight hearing. Because as much as you supplicate yourself to the will of Donald Trump and not the Constitution of the United States of America, Donald Trump has shown us in his first term and in this term, he is not loyal to people like you. He will cut you loose. This may be the last time I have a hearing with you because I don't think you're long for your job. But I'm going to tell you this, I pray for you. I pray for you that you can step up and defend your oath, defend the Constitution, and do a much better job of defending this country. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Do you want to say anything?
Yes, sir. That rant of false information does not bring this country together. If you want to work on bringing this country, it's my time, not yours.
My God.
If you want to talk about
dividing this country,
it is my
I follow
time.
you on your social media posts that
It is
tear
my
this country
time
apart.
to address
There should be a
your
unifying.
falsehoods.
Oh,
You are an
you can
embarrassment
try all
to the
you
division
want
in this
to
country.
not
Senator,
take
it is my
responsibility
time.
for what
You
you
had
have
your
said.
time.
Sir, you're
Your
making
time
a
is
mockery of this
over.
committee. Sir, you don't tell me my time is over.
You
The
know how
people
far
of New
we've
Jersey
come
tell me
since
what
you
my time is. You can't lecture me.
You can tell me
Sir,
my time's over?
You may be the charge of the
I'm not
FBI,
going anywhere.
but I am not afraid of you, sir.
Mr. Chairman.
Not afraid of you.
What happened? Where did that? What changed? Did you catch a little bit of wind about Trump might be in it? Now Kash Patel, the head of the FBI, doesn't want to open them. But you know who did? And this is why I think there was some foul play involved in this. You know who did want to open up that shit? Charlie Kirk, Candace Owens, MTG, Marjorie Taylor Greene. She better watch out because she's still down talking. She might be the next one. Yeah, they offed him because they handpicked Charlie Kirk. the Republican base. I'm not gonna say MAGA, but they handpicked him. He dropped out of junior college, I think, and started doing his thing and going around, and he got all this money. Somebody donated all this money for him to open up the Turning Point USA thing, millions of dollars. He did that, and he started going around schools for the whole goal. The goal of that was to reach out to the young people in colleges and other, elsewhere, online and such, and trying to bring more young people into the Republican side, trying to appeal to young people, um, because we all know that the Republicans are made up of old white men who are dying off, and they are afraid, they are worried that they won't have many in their ranks if they continue on this path of being old, decrepit white men who are so out of touch. The young people are where it's at. The TikTok, the social media, that avenue is where they were going heavy. And so they got Charlie Kirk and tasked him to do that, bring the young people into the fold. He did that. He did a very good job at that. Very good job. So good that when he started to fray away from the mainstream MAGA movement,
Why don't you update them, Megan?
Well, this is the first big scandal, I'd say, of the Trump administration that's on Team Rational. It's not a fake media scandal like the left tries to create for President Trump every other day. It's one of the right's own making, and it's not going well. And it has to do with Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah. Let me just ask you, make some noise if you care about the Jeffrey Epstein scandal.
Raise your hand if it matters a lot to you. Raise your hand. So every hand of 7,000 people.
Everybody cares.
Joining us now is Mike Davis. Mike, we have lots to discuss here, but first I want to try to address the issue that many people in our audience are emailing us about. And a lot of people in the audience are quite upset. They are angry, I would say even livid. And this situation has left me personally profoundly confused more than anything else, because I know Kash very well. I know Dan Bongino quite well. I know Pam Bondi, and I think very highly of all of them. But I'm left with more questions than answers. I'm, of course, talking about the Epstein situation. Mike, how should we think about this? Because right now people are really fired up, and to a certain extent, understandably so.
they had given him so much leeway and so much power within the youth that if he were to split off a little bit, then that might also, impact a lot of the youth that he had reached out to during this time. They might also hear what he's saying and feel the same way. So I feel like that they had to get rid of him. But because he was kind of also speaking out against Israel and Netanyahu for all of the war crimes that were going on that they were committing against the Palestinians, and he's speaking out against that. And more than anything, I think that was probably what had gotten him killed.
The faster it will spread. Well, somebody has fabricated a monstrous big lie that Israel had something to do with Charlie Kirk's horrific murder. This is insane. It is false. It is outrageous. Charlie Kirk was a giant, a once-in-a-century talent who defended freedom, defended America, defended our common Judeo-Christian civilization. Charlie loved Israel. He loved the Jewish people. He told me so.
He was, I think, good friends with them, and they also backed him a lot too, because they wanted Israel also benefit from young folks, becoming or coming into the, side of the Republicans and pro-Israel, MAGA, white Christian, you know, that's what they were all about. Um, so I think he had a really good pull. Uh, and once he started kind of talking, um, and doing things or saying things that was not in the main stream mega, it caused them to be, concerned. And that could be why he was killed, because the whole assassination of Charlie Kirk is very, very weird in of itself. There's a lot of things about it that just doesn't seem right. Um, but yeah, so I feel like that's a possibility. Like they might have gotten rid of him. Now, another thing too is that before Charlie Kirk died, he had started grooming a kid, sort of like how that one guy groomed him and got him like started in that whole, MAGA church, white Christians, uh, college crowd influence. It's this other kid. I think he's pretty young. He's like 19, maybe. I think he may be a freshman in college. Brylin Hollyhand. Watch out for him. He's next. Um, and I think that they're kind of propping him up to be the next Charlie Kirk, from what I've seen, because they are very, very strange. This kid supposedly was good friends with Charlie Kirk, was like Charlie Kirk was his mentor. The same day Charlie Kirk was assassinated, he came on a news station and it was just so chipper and so like ready to move on. And it was very weird and off putting for someone who you claim to be close with.
1 hour, hour after Charlie Kirk's murder, this kid, Brylin, Brilyn, gets on Fox News and watch his giddy, bizarre reaction. This is wild to me.
An incredible story that you share with us really quickly, Brylin, about fourth grade, a podcast. That's incredible. And Charlie Kirk appears on your podcast. Tell me about the role he played for you as a mentor.
Yeah, again, it's somebody that didn't have to do that. He was on Fox News every other hour that year. He didn't have to make time for me as an 11-year-old with this upcoming podcast in the fourth grade to come on and join me, but he did. And not only was it a one-time thing, I've interviewed hundreds of people that I've never talked to again. He stayed a mentor, and he texted me up until this week when I was on another Fox show congratulating me. Like, he didn't have to do that. He could have viewed me as competition. He could have said, oh, I'm not going to give this kid time, but he did. And what I think the larger theme here is the left loves to preach tolerance. They love to preach tolerance. And in situations like this, that's the last thing we're seeing. The media coverage on the other side of the aisle is not like this. I was just scrolling through channels, and obviously the person that took this life, this is heartbreaking, Will. And I really hope, if anything, that people get off the sidelines. This weekend, I'm going to a youth rally in South Carolina, and you better believe that I've already had my team shoot me text saying, Brown, you really need to caution this. You really need to think about not standing in the middle of a park and speak to the next generation. But I am more energized than ever to carry on this torch, to carry on this legacy, because that's what Charlie would have wanted. He would have wanted us to continue to fight the good fight, just like he did.
I don't know. I just think that's really weird. I mean, this is within an hour of his idol, and he says he's more energized than ever.
And so I think they're propping him up to be the next Charlie Kirk. He may be even more, radical. So he's somebody to watch out for, I think. And but yeah, the whole Charlie Kirk assassination thing is so wild. His wife, she's so fake. Everything about this whole thing is weird and performative. And I feel like eventually something's going to come out. I feel like something's going to come out, and you know, I wouldn't, I wouldn't be surprised if something came out and they found out this whole thing was a sham. Just like Trump getting his ear shot, I think that was so fake too. These things, they look too real, too performative. It's not whenever you see the Trump attempted assassination, it looks way too staged. It just does. The very first time I saw it, it just was weird. So weird. Um Too perfect. Way too perfect with the whole, you know, and then the American flag behind him and the Secret Service people are all like, it just, my God, you couldn't have planned it any better than that. But anyway, this is my whole rant on Trump and everything else. I'm probably going on too long. But thank you for joining me as I talked about many different subjects. I hope I didn't bore you too much. Hope you have a good day. Thanks.